Happy Friday the 13th, film fans. Team Movies here. Now, it is, of course, Friday the 13th, and so I decided to just go ahead and do my 10 favorite out of the Friday the 13th franchise. Now, I decided to do it out in the dark. I mean, kind of, I was going to do it earlier, but I was like, maybe I could do it like late night. And I decided to wear a Jason mask while I'm doing that. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Friday the 13th movies. But real quick, I gotta say, I'm still hoping Hollywood hurries up and makes another one. I mean, I know there's like legal issues that's been going around, and I also remember hearing about LeBron James supposed to be doing a Friday the 13th film, but God knows what. I mean, with the whole legal issue, God knows if that's ever gonna happen. But anyway, alright, now, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Friday the 13th films. Alright, coming in at number 10 is going to Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Now, this is kind of this time where Jason is this is, of course, the sixth installment of Friday the 13th, and you've got Tommy Jarvis, played by Tom Matthews, who pretty much resurrects Jason when he impales the killer's corpse with a metal pole during like a lightning storm. And so Jason pretty much comes back to life, and he's a zombie. Yeah, so it's kind of dumb, but it's actually all of these Friday the 13th movies are dumb, but they are just like fun dumb. And and by the way, Tom Matthews, who plays Tommy Jarvis, I thought he was really great. And so of course you got Jason, pretty much hunting down loads of people, including Tommy's best friend, played by Ron Palio. And I mean, poor Ron Polito's character got a pretty gruesome death when he gets his heart torn out. So yeah, there's that. I mean, this has some really gruesome kills. Then you also got Tommy is also in love with the sheriff's daughter named Megan, played by Jennifer Cook. Who I thought the actress Jennifer Cook was pretty good here. And of course, Tommy has to try to find a way to take down Jason and all that. And once you send Jason back to the bottom of the lake and all, and of course you got you got the sheriff who's hunting Jason down as well. I mean, yeah, Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. I mean, it's kind of like Walking Dead, but with Jason, literally. Well, I guess you could say it's more like Frankenstein than Jason in a way, but yeah, Jason Lives is a pretty good one. And by the way, the writer of it is scripting a new version of it, which I'll be down to see. I mean, anything Jason related, I really want to see right now. I mean, yeah, I don't care if it's Jason X. If Jason is back on the big screen, I'll see anything Jason related. But anyway, all right, coming in at number 9 is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, this time around, you got the spirit of Jason Voorhees, who ends up living on in this, horror sequel. And, the plot is a little weird and all, but it ends up opening up with, a nightmare project in which, Corey Feldman ends up playing Tommy Jarvis this time. And, I mean, Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis, by the way. I think that's probably Corey Feldman's best role, is when he played Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis is a cool character. But anyway, of course, Tommy Jarvis is the boy who ended up killing Jason in the previous installment, and so the film ends up jumping forward several years to when a teenager Tommy Jarvis, played by John Shepard this time, is haunted by visions of Jason's returning to life, and he ends up moving into a home for mentally disturbed kids. And of course, Tommy ends up witnessing the death of one of this kid named Joey, who's a overweight annoying boy, played by Dominic Rasagaya, who pretty much ends up getting hacked by Jason and all. I mean, yeah, he gets messed up badly in this. I mean, the kills in this is crazy. I don't want to go too much details of the kills because I still don't know how many people haven't seen these Friday the 13th films. So I'm not going to spoil much of the killings here. But also you got this. You also got this psychopathic patient named Vic, played by Mark Venturi, and who's pretty much actually ends up killing Joey as well. I mean, Friday the 13th New Beginning brings a new beginning to the Jason tale. And this time around, like, you actually don't really, like, you see Jason in flashbacks, but the killing actually doesn't even involve Jason now. So there's that. But yeah, New Beginning. I mean, Tommy Jarvis. I really quite like Tommy Jarvis in this. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen New Beginning, this becomes like a new beginning of the franchise. And yeah, all right. Coming in at number 8 is going to Friday the 13th Part 3, which, by the way, was released in 3D when this movie got released, which is kind of weird because I never really thought that the 3D stuff was actually brought in the 80s, to be honest with you. But you could tell that this movie was 3D. Like, some of the kills in this, like, there's like a scene where someone gets his eye podged out from here, and that was that looked cool. You could tell that was in 3D form. And so this time around, you got in part three, you got Jason Voorhees, who ends up being replayed once again by Richard Brooker, and he pretty much ends up killing a store owner and pretty much nags his wife before heading, and he also kills the owner's wife before heading back to Crystal Lake. And this time, he ends up going to terrify this. And this time around, you got a rich girl named Chris, played by Dana Kamel, who her and her band of summer college guests, including Chris. And so, yeah, Jason is pretty much terrorizing those people. And the kills in this is gruesome. I mean, the eye pop out scene is probably one of the most. It's a really weird scene with the scene where the guy's eye gets popped out. And Richard Brooker, I thought he was a great Jason. I mean, yeah, Friday the 13th Part 3 doesn't really. Actually, it's like. It doesn't even have a subtitle, but Part 3 was pretty decent. And remember, it was a 3D film too, so there's that. And also, not to mention, Jason ends up, killing the guests as well. And it was directed by Steve Miner, who I thought did pretty good with this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Part 3 was pretty decent. If you guys haven't seen Part 3 yet, give that one a shot. Anyway, coming in at number 7 is going to Friday the 13th, Part 4, The Final Chapter. Now, you'll of course think it'll be the final chapter, right? Nope. Of course, after Part 4, they did other few films. I mean, this time around, you got Jason Voorhees, who returned to terrorize a lakeside family and their rowdy teen neighbors in this fourth installment. And so, like, it takes place after the events of Part 3, and Jason seemingly and his like lifeless body is brought to a morgue where this attendant named Axel, played by Bruce Mayer, is trying to like score with this nurse named Morgan, played by Lisa Freeman, and they end up getting killed, obviously. And so like the pair ends up meeting a Grizz, and so we also end up meeting these young kids. Is one of which is played by is of course young Tommy, played by Corey Feldman, as well as a teen girl named Kimberly Beck, who ends up finding their like who ends up being them and their group, being hunted down by Jason and all. And you got And here you got other characters here, like you got this virgin named Sarah. I mean, every horror film needs a virgin, obviously, played by Barbara Herron. You of course got the hot girl here, named Samantha, played by Judy Robinson, and you of course got the nubbish Jimmy, played by Crispin Glover. And they're some of the victims that we'll see throughout the film. And yeah, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, which is of course part 4, like I said, the kills in this was pretty cool. Poor Crispin Glover's character, Jimmy gets the hack. I mean, of course the hot blonde girl. I mean, obviously, dumb blonde girls usually do get killed in horror films like this. I mean, yeah, part 4 is a really good one. Definitely go check that one. That's another good one, and also, all right, coming in at number 6, we got Freddy versus Jason. Now, this is actually part Nightmare on Elm Street and part Friday the 13th. And, I mean, this horror film was a horror fan's wet dream right there. Where, I mean, Freddy and Jason ended up going at it. I mean, you got Robert Englund, who of course, this was his final portrayal of Freddy. You had Ken Kurzinger back as Jason. And, I mean, some of the other victims here, like you had John Ritter's son, Jason Ritter, was one of the victims. You had Monica Keena, who played the final girl, obviously. You had Destiny Child girl Kelly Rowland was also in this. I mean, cool cast members were featured there. And the movie was also directed by the same guy who gave us Bride of Chucky. So that kind of explains why John Ritter's son was in this. But yeah, I mean, Freddy vs. Jason, those two went at it really well. I mean, it's still a shame we never got to see a sequel here, but I mean, the ending, of course, leaves the film opening with a sequel. But how on earth we didn't get a sequel to this? I mean, the movie made some good dough, so I mean, it didn't get well received or anything, but still did some pretty good money. But yeah, but still, I quite liked Freddy vs. Jason, and I still saw which we got a sequel, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, coming in at number 5 is the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th. Now, this was actually the last time we actually saw Jason on the big screen. And you had Derek Mears, who made his debut as Jason, and I wish we got to see Derek Mears once again as Jason in future films. I mean, I thought Derek Mears was a great Jason. And, of course, you got the lead character here, Clay, who's played by Supernatural boy, Jared Padalecki. I thought Jared Padalecki was great here. You had the Flash girl, Danielle Pennebaker was one of the leads here. The dude who played Bobby Brown in that Whitney Houston Lifetime thing, he was also in one of the victims. The dude off of Superstore, the one who plays the lead in Superstore, he was also in this. I mean, Friday the 13th had a really cool cast members. And crazy that this movie actually turns 10 this year, by the way. Like, we passed February, so yeah, this movie turned 10 years old this year. So there's that. And, I mean, this is where, of course, this is where Jared Padalecki's character plays, searching for his sister, and he goes to Camp Crystal Lake, and he encounters these group of, of people, and, it turns out that Jason, of course, kidnapped his sister, and because his sister actually reminds him of his mother, so that's kind of why he didn't kill, the sister. And yeah, I mean, the remake, it didn't really get well received, but I gotta say, you gotta admit, this is actually a better remake than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which I also didn't like, which I actually also didn't hate. I mean, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake wasn't that great, but I don't really hate it as much as most people do. But the Friday the 13th remake is a different story. It's much better in my opinion. And, I mean, this time around, you had Jason running. Like, in all the Friday the 13th movies, you mainly had him walking to kill a victim. But there's literally scenes here where Jason actually just runs and kills his victim. So, hey, Jason needs to work out too. I mean, he needs some carbs. But anyway. All right. Coming in at number 4, we got Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, alright, the title is a little misleading, because it says Jason Takes Manhattan, but we barely get to, we actually barely get to, we barely get to Manhattan till, like, towards the end of the film. And, yeah, I mean, majority of the movie actually takes place on a boat. So, yeah, there's that. And you, of course, had the always great Kane Hodder as Jason. I mean, out of everyone who played Jason, I'm saying Kane Hodder was the best. I mean, Kane Hodder is even down to reprise the role as Jason in the future, but who knows what will happen. But yeah, I mean, majority of the movie, of course, takes place on a boat where like this, where pretty much like this, biology teacher is taking his daughter and a group of his classmates to a trip to New York City, and aboard the trip, Jason of course appears, and yeah, I mean he pretty much slaughters almost everyone in this film. And probably my favorite kill out of the whole movie is where this one kid is like trying to box Jason, and Jason and the kid and the dude tells Jason to take his best shot and all, and of course Jason takes his shot by punching the dude's head off. Yeah, that's probably my favorite kill out of this whole film. But Jason Takes Manhattan, it's a pretty dumb film. I'm not gonna lie, it's dumb, but I still get a kick out of this movie every time I watch it. And Kane Hodder, I mean him as Jason, I could watch him as Jason all day. He's a great Jason. And yeah, I mean, like I said, the time is still misleading because we don't go to New York City until like towards the end of the movie. But I still sort of got a kick out of this. And if you guys haven't seen Jason Takes Manhattan, it's pretty fun. I mean, dumb, but fun. Alright. Coming in at number 3, I'm going with Friday the 13th, Part 2. Now, this is, of course, a follow-up to the 80s horror icon Friday the 13th. And this time around, you got this head counselor named Paul, played by John Furley, who pretty much inevitably, like, you got Paul, who ends up relating to the story of Jason, who's played by Warrington Gellety, who was, of course, the boy who ended up drowning and all. And so Jason, of course, this time around, we actually see Jason in action, and like Friday the 13th Part 2, it's not as great as the original, obviously, but I still quite like Part 2. I mean, it was also directed by Steve Miner. You also had Amy Steele, Adrienne King reprise her role from the original. You had Tom McBride, Russell Todd. I mean, Friday the 13th Part 2 is pretty awesome. And it also has some pretty cool kills in this. And yeah, Part 2 it's a really good one. Alright. Now, number 2, we got Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. This time around, it's another female-led who's a character named Tina, who has like psychic powers, and she ends up returning to the site of the kills and all. After her fall into drowning and all. And so her psychic powers end up being responsibility for ending her dad's life. And so you got Terry Kaiser, who of course played the dead guy in Weekend at Bernie, who plays the Dr. Cruz here. Who pretty much tried to manipulate her abilities for his own and all. And you of course got Jason, who's pretty much hunting down Tina and loads of other people at the camp counseling and all. And Jason's of course trying to get after is trying to get the girl and all that. And I mean, yeah, people with psychic powers, yeah, you don't mess with people with psychic powers. I mean, she kind of tries her psychic powers to take down Jason. I mean, it's really her psychic powers versus Jason. There's that. You know, it's directed by John Carl Batchelor. You had Kane Hodder once again back as Jason. Yeah, I mean, it shows that it's new blood because you had new blood in this. Like instead of Tommy, like this female, I guess you could say was like the female version of Tommy Jarvis. And yeah, New Blood like had some pretty cool kills too. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen Part 7, it's a really good one. A little dumb, but good. All right, now what is the best Friday the 13th movie of all time? That obviously goes to the 1980 original one. The original one, of course, was kind of the one of the godfathers of the slasher genre. Spoiler for the original Friday the 13th, by the way, because I'm going to spoil a little bit of the original. I promise I wasn't going to spoil much of this, but it's kind of hard to talk about the original Friday the 13th without spoiling anything. Alright. Now, everyone always thinks that in the original Friday the 13th, the killer ended up being Jason. Like, people keep thinking that Jason was in the original. He wasn't. It was his mother that was doing the killing, which I remember watching this, I was like, that literally made one of my favorite twists I had never seen coming for a film. That's an M. Night Shyamalan twist right there. Like if you watch the old trailers for the original Friday the 13th, you'll see lots of killing that's done, and you'll think that's Jason doing the killing. Nope, it's his mother, Pamela Voorhees, played by the wonderful Betsy Palmer. I mean, Betsy Palmer, come on. This was also one of Kevin Bacon's earliest roles. Kevin Bacon's character, by the way, got slaughtered badly. And the original Friday the 13th it's just an all-time classic. You had Adrienne King in this, Henry Crosby. Of course, Betsy Palmer as Jason. You had Ari Lehman as the young Jason. Jason is in this movie, by the way, but he's just a kid. So there's that. But the original Friday the 13th, it's a 1980s classic. The movie still holds up today, and right, you could still watch the original Friday the 13th and never get bored of it. I mean, it's just such a fun time, and if you guys never seen the original Friday the 13th or any of the 13th movies, by the way, they're really cool and fun. All right, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Friday the 13th, Jason Lives. 9, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. 8, Friday the 13th, Part 3. 7, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. 6, Freddy vs. Jason. 5, 2009's Friday the 13th. 4, Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. 3, Friday the 13th, Part 2. 2, Friday the 13th, The New Blood. 1, the original Friday the 13th. Now, I also kind of got to kick out Jason X, by the way. Jason X, it's a pretty terrible film, but I got to kick out Jason X. And also, Jason Goes to Hell is actually the only Friday the 13th movie I completely hated. But, yeah, like I said, I'm still hoping, fingers crossed, we'll get another Jason on the big screen. Whether it's LeBron James doing it or Blumhouse doing it, I don't care who does it. I just want to see Jason back on the big screen. But anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Friday the 13th movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is T Movies signing off.